Good afternoon, guys. Today is another brilliant day before us, and why not react? Okay, so it's just almost 1 p.m. and I'm coming to you with a short video. Of course, today I'm planning to do like 4 videos, so let's start with this, guys. Back in Argentina, Our Lady is shining, and she has finally told us she can do everything for herself as far as she is alone. Of course, sometimes when people are around, you realize that they can help you in a lot of things, and of course you will be having that right to ask or rather demand help from them. But when you go back to what we call woman solo or man solo, of course we use most of the time man solo, then you begin a new journey, right? So of course ROCIO has finally decided to say I'm crazy, and of course crazy because she knew people will be reacting, calling her crazy. So in this video, she came out to say her huge change, and the huge change is that she's adjusting big time in her life. And now that we don't have a sensor, or rather MARWA around her, she feels the new energy. You remember she used to talk about new energies? Here it is. Her new energy is actually driving her to do her own painting. The last time, of course, I checked on ROCIO, she was not ready to do painting of the beds in the villa because MARWA wanted her to do it, but she says she will not do it. She wants to give instructions and people should do it. And of course, that argument brought a lot of fracas, or rather hula baloo on a lot of reactions and what have you. So what do you say about this? Now finally she has come up and she has said she's ready to do her own painting because there are no men around her. Of course, previous time there were men around, and the villa is not her property according to how she thought. Possibly, I'm just following the script. The last time she said it was not hers, she indicated that she came about when that villa was already being done. And when she came around, a lot of things she kept suggesting were rejected. The villa was done mostly based on the desires of MARWA. So guys, let's check on her and see what she says here.
To a new video. Today is being very hot outside, but now it is a little bit cooler. I want to do some window shopping because I want to see some of the products that I've seen online. I want to see how they actually look like in person. So I also want to show you some updates. I've been receiving some materials, and tomorrow I will have people working here in the house fixing the walls. So I want to show you that. And I also want to go for a walk. Maisha will stay here. It's very hot.
Oh my goodness, the commercials are here, and of course they are part of our YouTube. We place this because it is part of the moolah.
If I don't remind myself to drink lots of water, I can feel it in my skin also. But I love this. Is a body butter, but it's actually so soft that I really love it. If you want to get the same feeling that I'm getting, very luxurious, the link is in the description down below for you. Very cute coffee maker. This is a French one, pressure by pressure, and I really like it, so I'm getting it. There's music in the background, so bye. So guys, I'm kind of failing in actually window shopping the way I want it because everything is kind of closed, or the stores that are in this area are more luxurious oriented, and It's not neither in the space that I have, the budget that I have, or the idea that I want. I want more simple. But literally, basically, these are the type of tables I want. This is a 120. This is big. This is just 100.
I guess there's something that I was missing out here. I guess there's something that I was missing out here. I think it was internet or something. So guys, look at those luxurious tables. You remember the time that Marwa and ROCIO went to shop in, was it Migori? And, Marwa showed a lot of stuff around that place. And again, there is a time while they were coming from Mombasa, Kilifi, they stopped around Jogo Road and went to some shopping place, and then later on went to a better premise. And of course, if you followed up, if you didn't, you can check back on their videos, you will see this. So they showed us very luxurious places and tables, beds, and what have you. But at no point were we shown that they are buying, okay? So it was just a window shopping something. And of course, now ROCIO finally, you realize that when she landed in Argentina, slowly by slowly, croco by croco, she's acquiring what she wanted. Life is that, okay? Life is what you make it. Slowly by slowly, you can get wherever you want to get. So she came about to check on some stuff here, and she liked what she saw. Of course, shopping means that you are planning for that. Even if I shop for a car today and buy it 5 years down the line or whatever, it's exactly what I want. So ROCIO is showing her luxury and her interest here.
Chairs I've been telling you that are all over, and I don't want them. So I'm just gonna keep walking a little bit, and it's very windy. But let's see. I'm heading back home also very soon. Good morning from Argentina. Buenos días.
So actually, you realize that ROCIO is so excited, happy about everything. As much as people are telling her she went and grabbed whatever she grabbed in Kenya and ran away with, these are expectations we have in life. Maybe not our plans, but these are part of the expectations we always have. All right? So you look at her, she's actually excited about everything. At one point when she's in Kenya talking about parasites and the fact that she was not so happy about the privacy that was always invaded all the time in the villa, the fact that whenever she wanted her schedule to flow in a certain way, it wouldn't go as that, the hormonal control and all that. So you realize that she's glowing and planning her stuff all the time. That is the beauty of, again, controlling your life. Unfortunately, some people think that marriage is an answer to everything, but it's not. Sometimes within a marriage, you have to adjust to accommodate other people's thoughts, other families, in fact, sometimes even a community. But now when it comes to you settling for yourself, and maybe just for your kid, there is that customized decision on what you actually want. Now, that's exactly what ROCIO is going for. And in her video, when she talked about going crazy and about the huge change, of course, the huge change she's talking about is the focus on the things she's going to do around the house she lives and all that. And within the video, she shows us the shopping, window shopping, and the desires she has, and also more. So let's check on specifically what she shows us the next day in the house. Of course, you've looked at her going about shopping, but she's very specific and choosing what she wants, not just going for whatever is available. Now, you realize in the villa, she used to go for what Marwa wants, not what she wants. Most times, Marwa would tell her, choose what you want. Then later on, he says, this is what I think we should go for. And most of us could complain a lot on the video saying, why did you ask her if you couldn't let her pick whatever she wanted? And then she would complain. Of course, the other video Marwa did recently was trying to disapprove her, say that one day, my friend, you'll be coming to the villa, and when you see the changes that will have happened, you will be surprised and you'll be wondering what actually happened. Japheth Wekesa, welcome. Thank you so much. That name sounds so familiar. I don't know why. Japheth Wekesa. I've actually heard that name before. Welcome. Thank you so much this afternoon. if you're in Kenya, that is. In other countries, people might be having evening or morning, which is okay. So welcome to my channel. Of course, we have people who watch from different continents and the different countries. You're welcome. And I'm so grateful with your presence, your subscription, your likes, and, sharing. I appreciate a lot. It means a world to me. So let's proceed and keep subscribing, keep liking, keep sharing. It's such a great move to actually see you here. So let's go ahead and see how she's glowing. Actually, we have to appreciate, sometimes people will be just like, she went and did this and okay, in life sometimes you have to walk away from some things with difficulty, but once you walk away, you will realize that sometimes there is peace than when you stay around, okay? Just walk away when it is necessary. So let's check on this.
Asleep, but I need to wake him up very, very soon because we are really struggling with the timing. He's falling asleep very, very late, so also demands me to sleep very late, and then we are waking up very late. So I kind of need to start moving things 1 hour earlier every day to see if it's possible to arrange our timing. At least the way we were in Kenya, or maybe just 1 hour later will be okay. Maisha was waking up around 7 a.m. every morning, sometimes even earlier, which was too early, but still was kind of okay. I would like him to be waking up around 8 a.m. I think it would be okay. 7 a.m., 8 a.m. It's quite early, but I enjoy waking up very early and doing activities. Is efficient that I'm living in whatever the moment I am, just to make it look like more home and cozy as possible. So I just decided to do it. I'm moving everything. I have a very beautiful mess here. Even outside, it's messy. My dad, Mr. Luis, is painting this. Actually, let me show you. He's painting the floor with a special paint. Mr. Luis. Hola. Acá estamos transpirando, trabajando con calor. My dad says we are here sweating. Con calor. Very hot. Very hot. Okay, so here's the paint that I just got. Here, I will open and show you the color very soon. Now just let me get ready for this. I'm covering with some what do we call this? Cinta. It's tape. We tape these sockets, and I remember once MARWA saying that like pointing something about the Argentinians, that the fact that we don't really hire people to do everything when in terms of fixing stuff and things like that. And that is actually true. I've seen other expats living here, foreigners living here, that they have observed the same. In this case, if you have, for example, a huge house, yes, maybe you will hire a painter. But in this case, that is a very small thing to do. I can do it myself. Actually, last time here when we were fixing all this place, I was super pregnant. That's why I didn't want to do anything, and I had 2 men. I just wanted to let them be men. So that's why I allowed myself to relax in terms of doing, but I really enjoy painting. So yes, that is something very true. Once again, I have seen other foreigners that live here painting.
All right, guys. So ROCIO was coming out to share with us that she was doing the painting herself because she likes it. And I was like, all right, you like it, and you are still telling us that the other time you let men be men. What exactly is happening? Is it that you're excited about it, or you wanted to prove a point, or what? I'm just asking questions because last time, of course, when in the villa, if this is something ROCIO likes, why is it that she was so much hurt about the aspect of painting beds when MARWA told her to do so? She said she won't do it, she will just give instructions. Or was she also letting men be men? That's what you have to know. Or was it because she knew in the villa there's money, so money has to be used? I'm just asking questions. So whatever thought you have, drop them. And don't just put me off, because some of you are very good at putting me off. But here we have to enhance critical thought all the time. That's why reaction is there. Reaction cannot be reaction without questions. We have to keep asking questions, speculating, and all that. And what some of you call gossip is not critical thinking. Something that is actually allowed a lot. Kids are allowed to ask everything around themselves, other people, and all that. And we will not stop them and necessary that they ask about what people are doing, right? Yeah. So ROCIO comes out now finally while in Argentina when she wants to redo her house, and she tells us she loves doing this. The other time she never did it because she was super pregnant. She had also 2 men around her. And I'm like, but there is still one man around there. That is Mr. Lewis. Why not step in? Or what exactly is happening anyway? I'm just speculating and asking a lot of questions. Is it to prove a point to MARWA here, or to us as subscribers, or is it to prove a point to reactors? Which one? Because the other time actually people asked a lot of questions, and we were blaming somehow on her for reacting and for MARWA to start the discussion. And we never go to the end. By the way, we never get to an end in these discussions. They just start and they never come to an end. But anyway, it is what it is. You can actually agree with me that she's glowing. As she says everything, she's actually glowing. I remember while in the village, she said that she's not a kind of person to go around smiling and all that. But I can see the difference clearly. Even as she walks on the streets, as she goes for window shopping, as she prepares her breakfast, she is glowing all through. Let's see this.
Paying attention to that detail about us, that we do the things. As I show you, my dad is painting outside. He's not hiring a painter to do that. It's quite nice. I really like to know how to do things in the house, Like, I really like, I don't know, very simple, but how to change a bubble, for the light, which is extremely easy, but just to know how to do it is also very helpful. This, I think, how to fix stuff in the house, even if you are a woman, like in my case, especially for a man. I think every woman likes a man that knows how to fix stuff, but as a woman, I think it's important to be skilled in little.
All right, a point given here. When she says that every woman likes a man who can fix stuff, do you mean MARWA never fixed stuff as according to expectation? That is, and of course, we've been checking in the villa. He was there talking about going to learn plumbing so that he can plumb in his own house, but it was impossible. He kept procrastinating. Even driving, as a simple act of driving as a man, MARWA never learned it, and up to now he's keeping promising that he will learn so that he can now take his brother to the airport. But he has not learned to fix stuff, So, in my thought, that is, in my perspective, ROCIO is trying to disapprove MARWA in another point, or maybe other men who are there, that we always come about and let you fix stuff. And if you don't do it, we'll go away and fix our own stuff. Because after all, we know what we want. So it's not a matter of, sometimes people look at women and think they are just there basically there's not much they can do, they are weak. I don't understand why that ideology is actually put on women. Most people just thinking that you are so vulnerable, you can't do much when you are on your own. And at the same time, they wouldn't want to let you go and do your stuff. It's so funny, right? Yeah, so finally, ROCIO is on her own, and she's proving a point that she can fix things. Of course, bulbs. Who can fix bulbs? Even when it comes to these sockets, you can fix them, right? Just knowing that you have to put off the lights, or rather the power itself, the main switch, and then you work on them. You can actually move the nuts and fix them, then go on. If you observe keenly, even when these electricians or whatever are working on things, you can do them. No one can stop anybody, and that's why I encourage the students who don't score above, don't go to university. If you go for such courses, you are going to shine out there, because currently there are houses people don't want men to get into because of temptations or such things. When it comes to things like plumbing, electrician, and all that, I think with time, people will even prefer women to do them. In some houses, of course, there are women who will prefer that women go to their houses and do that instead of men, because of that privacy and what have you. So she is actually glowing, as I said earlier.
Things like this, or even to have tools in your house for, I don't know, like a hammer to hang even a painting, for example, or just if you have to fix something small. If it's something, I don't know, like a plumbing stuff, of course I would call someone. If we have, for example, the water heater, which is gas, of course I would call a professional for that. I would call an electrician and a professional, but some of the things are quite easier to do, and painting is also very, very relaxing, and I'm just listening to music. Maisha's over there with my mom right now when she's cooking, so I would just want to do this and enjoy it. Let me show you the color. Ta-ta-ta-tan, ta-ta-ta-tan. Let's see if this.
All right, so we can go ahead and watch some little part where she's painting, and then move to MARWA. So here she started it. All right.
Verde árbol. Pero va a quedar bien. Igual. ¿No? ¿Va? Entonces sí.
Cuando vos pones el pincel acá, hace así el pincel.
No matter how you show your confidence.
All right, so of course we saw Mr. Luis there trying to direct her on what to do. And later on, she went on to do the rest. The expert in the house, what do you say about this? Do you think she achieved it? And she went ahead and did that.
So let me show you Maisha's outfit.
All right, I don't want to go to that, but what do you think about this? Why did she have to give her title I've Gone Crazy? Was she actually wondering what the reactors would be talking about, or her subscribers, for her to give such a title? Because I didn't see any craziness about this. If that is what she appreciates as something that gives her calmness, why not? In relaxation, that is. But you can see she's actually glowing. A different skin tone. I don't know whether that is meant to advertise the product, but it is what it is. Now, guys, of course, the same day that ROCIO posted this, MARWA, on the other hand, was out there trying to tell KOHERA to shut up. Now, I will begin with a simple video that KOHERA did last time, and we were asking whether he's cursing his own son, and then now we come to this. So there is a point at which KOHERA did a video laughing hyenish, I would say, at the failures of MARWA. Of course, MARWA has had so many failures and at the same time. So though he is someone who should be up there, there are some things that are actually holding him. And now KOHERA Senior just came out to share one day that he should be somebody behind it. And even 2 days ago, he still talked about it and was proving as if his mother is behind everything. Because when he was clapping at the fact that now Esther is not being, received well by ROCIO, he was addressing her, telling her that karma is real. And I was like, karma, I don't know. Many people, of course, interpret karma in their own way, you know. But things are actually done in so many things. You know, when failure comes or success, people will actually get all reasons to say why it is what it is. But life is about so many things. While your enemy might have their own perspective about why you have failed, maybe someone else will have a different perspective. Guys, do you think that actually it's a curse that is leading to the failures in Marwa's life? I would want to ask that strongly. And of course, those people who come from Korea, tell me, do you believe that the absence of Marwa in the hands of KOHERA would actually lead to this? You know, life has changed. And even in our own families, we have kids whose fathers abandoned them. And we feel the bitterness of not being taken care of by their parents and their fathers particularly. And that has forced other people, maybe grandfather, maybe the aunts, uncles, to take care of these kids and be role models. For heaven's sake, would these kids have any curse from their father working against them or their grandmother working against them, when in reality, you know, the case of Esther, I'm not so sure about how, when KOHERA says, he says Esther left with the kid without his approval. Did he actually make attempts to follow and help at some point? Especially the fact that they live within the same vicinity. So it's actually something that has come out as a different narrative and a shocking revelation, as Marwa comes out and says he will never, ever recognize his father, whether he yaps, whether he wants to bark, whether he will gruntle, whatever noise he makes, let him make, to hell. He said to hell with him, okay? So let's just listen briefly to this video. If you forgot, KOHERA Senior posted this video some time ago. Nona, so sad, even the villa will go. And I was like, why are you celebrating your son? You know, we have a lot of things that Marwa do that are not right. But should someone celebrate the failures of a son? Actually, if you are happy about having a son, even if they have not recognized you, would you be glad and celebrate their failure? So Being Justin, welcome. Kofi Yesu, welcome. And Japheth Wekesa, thank you so much and welcome to this. So let's listen to this video as we just do our analysis.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Belize habari bana. Hapo Central America mnafanyaje? Naona nyinyi ni wakali. Unaendelea huko na ndugu yangu. I'm also very fine. Get greetings from my family. Get greetings from my children, my wife, my two wives, by the way. But I will not show you the big wife. I'm only dealing with the Sarah. The people are always on my neck. Show us you are number one. Show us you are number one. I'm not ready. I am not ready. But she is very much alive and very beautiful also. Yes, so yes, hello. Thank you so much for the comments. Oh, you can see you have always, I'm always praying for you. Always praying for you. Wherever you are, my dear sisters and brothers. I have gotten even some other friends, a friend from Italy, imagine. Italy.
What is this now?
To earn a living. So, if Marwa is the one who knows the secret, but I have seen him saying, ROCIO should come back before to the end of summer, at the end of March, so that she can also give Marwa an easy time so that he gets out in April. He wants also to traverse the world. He wants also to travel. So I don't know which Marwa claims he was. It was his forest. But Ondari had gifted Marwa that land. But when there was a misunderstanding, he decided to take it, to grab it from Marwa. And then now that is why I don't understand. After grabbing it from Marwa, then Marwa is claiming again that he returned it to him. So that is why I don't understand, because Marwa is saying he will have been the one who will have bought that land from his father. So David Jr. David Jr. could give somebody something, and then later on, he will go for it. For instance, he gave Matiku, he gave Matiku a motor.
What is this? What is happening? Anyway, in that video, if you go back, you will see that KOHERA Senior was really celebrating, saying that that possibly MARWA is going to lose everything, including the villa. That KOHERA, not KOHERA, but Machete Man is going to pick even the land and all that. So, and he was speaking while smiling and indicating that paraffin and water will never mix. Indicating that Machete Man was like paraffin, MARWA was like water, so they can never mix. There is another video he made again, I think it's 2 days ago, when I'll play it as I go pick my food and leave it in the background. Just listen to the voice as I pick my food.
You never see it in video. Nobody it is exceptional. But once we are alive and God has given us freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of painting and talking, there you are. There we are now. We talk, we converse, we argue, we disagree, we laugh. Don't get angry. Never get angry. Somebody was asking me, KOHERA, you are always talking about MARWA. Are you painful? I said, no. Why? Why should I be painful to my son? I'm only reacting and seeing, trying to correct what is going wrong with him. Because my son has been left for the last I don't know how many years. And I have always told you that I was blocked. It was not my wish. But now you can see what is taking place. This Englishman who says, all what goes around comes around. All that goes around, all that goes around or around.
What? Just listen to that.
All that goes around comes around. Or all that goes around comes around. I don't know. You can correct me there. You see, we bought this English from England, from the English people. From England. England is we used to call it an English land where the English people are living. So we bought this one. How is my congrats, ma'am? I'm talking about her today. Hi, good morning, Esther. Esther, congrats, ma'am. I can remember our early days, my dear Esther. I loved you so much.
Why does he laugh then?
Never joke with women. A woman can manipulate you, and if you are not very careful, Marwa, be very careful, my friend. Marwa, don't joke with those people called women, wives of men, woman, wife of man. That is how we translate it in our simple terms. They are very clever. These people are very clever. They are very intelligent.
Yeah, so in that video, of course, when you watched, it was 2 days ago or 3 days ago, Kohera was actually laughing at Esther, saying that karma is real, what goes round is come round. I don't know, should we really accept that that is what went round and came round? We were not there, of course, we hear from the two. And of course, Congrats mom has kept her distance. She doesn't want to talk about this, whatever happened. Now, Kohera laughs, but that laughter is a laughter of, whether we like it or not, of course, it's a laughter of pain. Yeah? When we listen to it, even when he denies it, we actually understand that there is some pain. Most fathers, or let's say even husbands, when they break with somebody, they expect that that person will go suffer. But when that person goes away and excels, it is painful for them, whether they accept or not. And why am I saying this? I'm saying this because I've seen even within my family some people who actually left with kids and their children are trying to prosper. Their fathers are now bitter elsewhere. They are bitter elsewhere. So I'm talking from something I've seen closely. As I've always said on these videos, my sister actually left with her kids from a husband who was really molesting her big time. That man could beat her up. He was taking marijuana, then could beat my sister terribly. And my sister could think that things would change, read a Bible and go back. But when it was just extreme, she left totally. And the man actually destroyed most of her things and even grabbed some. Like, you can imagine having reared chicken from your own struggles, and then a man, when you are leaving, they refuse to give you, they hold on to them. Some of the items which he had bought by struggling, he destroyed them. So actually, my sister left with kids when they were very young. In fact, they have never met one-on-one with the father since then, because he wants just to know them, but he doesn't want even to provide. So sometimes in human effort, you wouldn't want somebody just to want to associate with the kids, to call them my children, but they are not providing. It's actually essential. Let's talk facts. This person has not paid bride price. They are not even willing to give a cent or whatever. One of the kids has finally finished Form 4 and passed again. She is supposed to go to college. One of them is now in Form 3. The two kids actually have grown up without their father. The people who have been providing, it's us, the sisters who are aunts, and plus her own mother working in odd jobs, and then the grandfather whenever necessary. Now, if this man turns out, if the daughter will be successful or the son, do you want my niece or my nephew to accept their father? In fact, in another video, I said that he should just pretend, go there and see whether those blessings will work. But then I feel again odd about it. Because what if they are setting a trap to destroy you completely? We know the traditional settings and what goes around. So now, yesterday, I don't know what came over Marwa. Marwa decided to speak and say that let this man prove that he has ever been there, even a minute. By the end, yes, it shocked the world that he denied the father, yes. He denied the father. And he's not denying because he's not biological. He may have done the breeding. He may have done the breeding. But did he nurture the child? If that child was left between the time the mother left that home with and up to now, would he grow up? Even though the stepfather was cruel, as we can see, he lost his eye and all that. But at least that is the person he saw throughout his life. Even if he has grown to be cruel too, it's because that is the only person who was there in his life. So come on, KOHERA, we want your answer. Can you now talk to your son? Your son has finally come out and said something. What will you now say? Let's listen to Marwa here. Why is it this long?
Not here, she may not like to see the jacket there. Let me put it in the closet. Where they influence my views and people in the chat. So these days I don't even do a lot of live stream, but I'll try. Can you imagine somebody always tries to play with my numbers on YouTube. But for now, I'm really focusing on other things. That is building paddocks and all these things. So, yeah. Learn how to report all channels using your name, MARWA. No, if they are fun channels, is okay. The only thing I don't have is, or the only thing that I don't allow is when people are using my videos and they're just abusing me and things like that. You know? So, and also guys, you can take screenshot of what is happening. I will escalate this matter. I know they will help me there. Okay. Somehow these days somebody's playing with my live stream and they want to, like, just, this someone who is playing with my channel, they can play as much as they want. Go Africa to see how people live outside there. So I don't have time for such people. I actually don't have time for such people. Look, I will forgive you, but in front of the court. And that's what exactly happened. I told him I will forgive you in front of the court. And that is exactly what happened. And imagine me, my sister, and my brother, if we even put our resources together. But sometimes you're just gonna give such people time. My lawyer will do his job. He will collect information as much as he wants and fluctuated. Don't even think about them. Yeah, let me worry about someone. People. Just let them do whatever they want. Me, as long as they are saying a lie, they will be told in court to prove it. Nothing will take me down. I'm chosen by God. That's why you see I'm able to support a lot of people around. There's a man who calls himself my father on YouTube. Me, I don't know him. I just want to make that clear. My father is Mzee Ondari. Those other things you hear around the corner, I don't know those. I don't even know who those are. You know, even today you can claim to be my uncle. Maybe it's just a father of YouTube. That is their own problem. Because you ask yourself, somebody claims to be your dad or your mother. If you've never met them, you've never seen them. In your life, you've never even intermingled. Who is that? Those who want to believe fake news, you believe with those fake news. Me as MARWA, I'm a grown man. I don't need people like that. Okay? That's a fake father. And I can say that. They always say this person who knows your father is your mom. But even if he turns out to be my real dad, I don't care about him. He should just mind his business. Because I have nothing to do with him.
Now, guys, you realize that, of course, MARWA knows very well that this is his biological father. He knows. He doesn't know that this is his father. In fact, even the mother has told him. That is why in this video he said that the person who knows your father is your mother. But now, sometimes it's very difficult, actually. When you're already a grown up and someone comes up as a father. I've told you several times on channels that I've had friends whose fathers have come up from darkness and just happened when they are actually being married or something like that. And those have had a very tough time to accept their parents. Why? I think even though we are given birth to biologically by people, but those who matter are those who take care about us, who take care of us. If my father actually in life never took care of me, I wouldn't be counting on him as my father. Let's be real. I wouldn't be counting on them as father. And because they never interacted with me, they never provided, they never stood up in life, how would I come out and say they really did it? You know, maybe some people just talk here and want actually MARWA to accept this guy. I don't know if it is for whatever purpose, but what sense or what importance does KOHERA Senior actually play in the current life of MARWA as he is at his age? I'm talking about this because I have nephews and nieces who have never been taken care of by their fathers, and I wouldn't actually wish that their father just crop up and says he wants to. Of course, all of us know My sister was married there. She gave birth to kids, came with them when they're very small. But the struggles of life, actually, I think what matters in life is to bring up the child, not just to give birth to. When you give birth to and you don't take care of it, even in our own Kenyan nation, that person who took care of that kid deserves a right even towards the dowry and whatever, as long as they are the ones who took good care of this kid. Sometimes even if you give birth to a child and dump them on the road, whoever will pick them and be a foster parent and take care of that child up to old age will matter. You realize that there is a child who Saitoti family was taking care of, and then someone came up to say that it is their child. Do you know that child denied their family? Because whoever brings you up matters more than whoever just gave birth to you, even if it's your mother, right? Anyway, let's listen to more of what Marwa said here.
Yes, my father is Mzee Ondani. That is the man who I've grown knowing. Okay? The rest, those are fake people. Where were they when I was struggling? Imagine. You are born, you are working hard, you are struggling with goats. Now you make it in life, then somebody shows up all of a sudden and says, I'm your dad. Even me, if I'm me, I will even hide because it's a shame. How will you just show up to your son just when he's made it? Where were you when he was struggling?
You realize that now, according to Marwa, this is someone who is opportunistic, showing up when he has made it. If Marwa did not make it, could KOHERA senior show? Why did he not show up during the winning time? By the way, he just showed up somehow and began to claim. And of course, we know those people who helped him create a channel. Maybe because there is another war in Nyaboans, I don't know. Because people know that it's Masubo who helped KOHERA to create a channel just to talk about this all the time. And the way he talks about it, I've already shown you 2 videos. It's like he celebrates some of the failures surrounding Marwa. And he says he's not talking about in bitterness, but there is all signs of bitterness. Okay? Now he says that where was he? Of course, it's a question that every child will ask. Where was he when I was suffering? Where was he when I needed him most?
Where were you? So, me, the person I know as my father is Mzee Ondani. These other things are shenanigans. Those are YouTube theatrics. Yes. I want to give special thanks to someone who has donated yet, and you've paid yourself, you know. Somebody says a real man never abandons his blood. That is true. Even me today, if I have a kid out there, I will never abandon them. At least I would love them to know that I am their dad. Even though, let's say, me and my wife or ex or baby mama or whatever name you want to call it, we didn't get along, I still want my kids to know I'm the dad. It's just a proud thing. But you showing up at later hours, say, oh, I'm your dad, and you fake news. Yes. Me as Marwa, I don't recognize any other person as my dad. I want to make that clear because I've been seeing this on YouTube here and there. And I keep saying, even if he turns out to be my dad, me, I have nothing to deal with him. I don't. Because maybe, I don't know, maybe he's my dad. You know? A lot of people have always thought this is my son or this is my daughter. And one day they do a DNA and they're shocked. So even if it turns out like he's my dad or not, I don't care. Me right now, I'm a grown man. All I care is how can I be a good father to my son and to my future kids. And if they want to see their grandson, I have Mzee Luis. Mr. Luis is there. And also have my dad here. Congrats, Dad, from Mzee Ondani. The rest, those are YouTube theaters. If you want to join those people, woe unto you. Woe unto you. Yes. Hula Baloo. Hula Baloo. We have 50,000 people watching. You can take screenshot. That is my father, my friend. That is who I know as my father. I don't need DNA. I don't need to prove anyone wrong. Those who claim to be my father, where were you when I was a poor boy selling pigeons? Where were you? How much school fees did you release? My friends, stop your jokes. Actually, I don't want to threaten anyone. But one day I could easily take a legal action like that. But I don't have time. I don't have time for that. I don't have time. I'm a super busy man. Can't wait to...
Right, guys, so you heard the fact that he talked about legal action, then said he doesn't have time. This actually indicates that he clearly knows that this is his father. But denying him is clearly just because he doesn't want someone who never stepped up in his life to show from nowhere and maybe gain. Because automatically what I know that is, if KOHERA Senior actually is accepted by MARWA as the father, he will demand, automatically we know our African fathers, he will demand something from him. He will. So this denial is meant to make sure that everything that he is doing is done just for himself. He doesn't want this man to come and gain from his sweat. And that is the gist of it. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe KOHERA Senior should just twist and begin talking about something else. Because however much he's claiming and claiming, you cannot claim an adult unless otherwise. Very difficult. It's very difficult.
Hear some guy in court. I will actually one day.
I don't think so.
I took one guy who was
because even if you take him and he's your own father, automatically the DNA will show it. So unless you actually disapprove based on the failure to support.
I missed you, Mom. I missed you so much. I missed your support. Thank you so much, Susan Ma. Reported the matter on YouTube. You can even make 1 million watching. I don't care. At least one day I can say I had 70,000 people watching. Let me give special shout outs to Signature that my influence is not just regular. We built a house in 19 days and we raised over 50,000 US. I don't know any other YouTuber in Africa who does that. I don't know. Tell me one. And Nadine, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Nadine is the one actually who takes care of grandma. I think 1 month to go. I will not recognize them. So don't waste your time. And just ask yourself, which dad abuses your mom? Let's say, even me, now I have ROCIO. And we have a son together. And let's say things don't go the way we want to go and then we separate or anything. And I'm not saying that. But if that happens, what right do I have to abuse the mother of my son? And then you want that son to respect you or something. It can't happen. It can't happen, you know. It can't happen. It cannot happen. It's crazy. Those are fake dads. Don't listen to it. You know, even you today, you can wake up today and say you are my brother, and you claim that my mother abandoned you and life, and people could believe you.
No, it's unfortunate that Maro is actually twisting the narrative and saying that it's a fake. All that is, all points proven, it's real that this is your father. But maybe just say that you don't want to actually associate with them because you are bitter out of not having been taken care of by him and having gone through so many challenges because of him. That is exactly what MARWA feels, that he could have had a better chance in life. And he doesn't feel like his father has a right to claim him because he was absent, a deadbeat. Deadbeat fathers sometimes don't have a right to claim their kids. However much they try to struggle, most of their kids don't want to associate with them because they remember the times when they needed them and they were never there. So exactly that's what is happening. But talking about fakeness and creating up, I don't think that would be the case. We've not seen 2 or 3 fathers coming up to claim Marwa as a child. So it is what it is, guys. So we will be coming back with another video in maybe 30 or 40 minutes after the phone charges. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Let me go for lunch, then I come back with another video. Yesterday I missed out on social reaction, so I must respond or react today. Bye-bye.